Ray, take a look at this photograph and tell me what you see.
That's a boulder of some kind. Looks like it might be part of a stone wall.
That's true, but look here and here on the boulder.
All right. Well, that looks like a triangle or an arrowhead shape, and the other almost looks like a human footprint.
This rock in Manchester, Maine is said to contain the fossilized footprint of the devil himself. I'm Jeff Belanger.
And I'm Ray Auger.
And we're on the hunt for the devil in this week's episode of the New England Legends podcast.
All right, I can see how the triangle might be considered kind of like a cloven hoof, but the other print looks more human, and it looks like that human stepped in mud, maybe slipped a bit. We should mention that if you go to our website, ournewenglandlegends.com, we posted the picture of the rock so you can follow along, see it for yourself. Just click on this episode.
The devil's been depicted in many different forms over the centuries. The cloven-hoofed figure goes all the way back to Greek mythology. The god Pan had the legs and feet of a goat, the upper body of a man, and horns on his head. He's the god of the wild, and he's often depicted holding a musical instrument.
Ah, that's where they got the pan flute from.
It is indeed. And the Greeks also considered Pan to be the god of impulsiveness, which is where we get the word Panic. Panic. Yes, the word panic. It's kind of a tribute to the god Pan. So in early Christianity, making the connection from the devil to a Pan-like creature really wasn't much of a leap.
So what brought the devil to Manchester, Maine?
Now that's a good question. The story of the devil's footprint would have to take place sometime around 1792 or 1793. We place the story there because the nearby North Manchester Meeting House was built in 1793, so this story would have to take place during the construction. The legend goes, workers were clearing the road and the land to build that meeting house and the graveyard next door. And as they were digging, they hit this large boulder.
And anyone who's ever put a shovel in the ground in New England knows we have plenty of rocks.
Very true. But this rock seemed to be immovable. The story goes that one of the men working on the construction was so frustrated with this immovable rock that he stood on top of it and proclaimed he would sell his soul to the devil if the boulder could be moved. The next day, when the builders arrived for work, they found the man who made the sinister proclamation now gone. And that boulder? It had been moved out of the way to where it sits today as part of this stone wall. The only evidence left behind are two footprints, one of the devil himself, the other of the worker, who no doubt tried to get away, but couldn't.
Now, as I look at this picture again, it does look like somebody painted the prints red.
They have. This legend draws in visitors from all over, and the paint helps you quickly find what you're looking for when you're near the meeting house.
Now, why do early New Englanders have such a fascination with the devil? His name comes up a lot, from Salem, of course, his Purgatory Chasm in Sutton, Massachusetts, the Devil's Backbone in Bristol, Connecticut, Devil's Glen Park in Weston, Connecticut. Why would you name so many things after a creature you fear?
Ray, I think we need the devil. We always have. Fearing this preternatural creature helps keep our moral compass in check. If we name places after him, it's a reminder that he's always nearby.
And in New England, we don't let the past go easily. It's not lost on me that the Devil's Footprint rock sits next to a church.
A church that's still in use to this day. That rock in its legend has a moral for the faithful. Sell your soul to the devil and you'll get what you want, but at a price you might not want to pay.
And only in New England, Jeff, would a New Englander sell his soul to move a rock. Got a story you want to share with us? Email us. Or if you want to hear a past podcast episode, go to our website, ournewenglandlegends.com, and find it all.
Plus, you can check out more stories like these on my television series, also called New England Legends. Episodes are available on Amazon Prime.
Until next week, remember, the bizarre is closer than you think.